Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Press Box. Brian Carson here, battling a chest cold. We'll try to plow through this. Uh, my co-host Kenny Varner. How you doing, Kenny?
Oh, pretty good, Brian. Just trying to get through this weather here. Um, but other than that, doing pretty good.
Yeah, I just got over the flu, and my voice is worse than what it actually is. It sounds bad, but I have no pain or anything. I just sound like shit.
Mm.
And as I was telling you, that'll be fun to do the wrestling match tomorrow night like this.
Oh boy, that'll be tough.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
Mm.
Plus, I get all excited and yell, and you know, I'm worried I'll lose my voice halfway through it. So we're still gonna do it. Gonna run down what happened in 2023, but some gigantic news.
Huge, definitely.
Gigantic news
Mm.
happened today. If you haven't heard yet, Nick Saban, the greatest college football coach of all time, and he
Agree.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Definitely.
to me, you go by national titles, and he's won 7.
Yeah.
Retired. Retired. That was out of the blue.
Oh,
Even though he
definitely.
is, even though he is 72. And the other news was the Seahawks let Pete Carroll go.
Yeah, he's going to be taking an advisory position. He got kind of kicked up to the front office.
Yeah, it's like, get out, old man. We're gonna put you up front. But Saban was a shocker,
Hmm.
absolute shocker, and wow, you
Yeah, and
know,
it's crazy because if you watched him this season at any time during interviews, he looked like he was having a really good time. He was really liked the group of kids that he had.
yeah, he made it to the CFP championship. Uh, Milrow and a lot of his guys are coming back.
Mhm.
They're going to be ranked in the top 5 in the beginning of the year. Plus, they had it was either number 2 or number 3 recruiting class in the nation. So it's a stunner that I guess he just decided, hey, I want it all.
Mhm. Yeah, that is completely crazy. I just don't wouldn't want to be the one replacing him when it comes to next season. We're waiting for Brian to come back. I don't know where he disappeared to, but yeah, we were talking about Nick Saban, and he won 6 national titles with Alabama, and one with. There we go. He's going to be coming back, and one believe or with LSU. A lot of people forget there for a while after leaving Michigan State, and the job he did there for the Dolphins. He went to LSU after not even a year with the Dolphins. Um, so yeah, and then after a couple years at LSU, moved on and resurrected sharply the Alabama Crimson Tide program.
Yeah, he did. I don't know what happened. My mic just stopped working.
Oh, that was weird.
So I had to jump out,
Mhm,
come back on. Yeah, I mean, God, he built Michigan State up
mhm,
when he was there. Went to LSU, won them a national title. Alabama was pretty much down and out and reliving the days of Bear. And he
mhm.
came there, won, I think, 2 games his first year. Then the very next year, it started this run, and he ended up winning 6 national titles. He was in the CFP almost every year.
Mhm.
But I'll tell you what, pressure, yes, but that is a peak job.
Oh yeah,
That's a job people are going to line up to try to get.
yeah. You're gonna hear names that pop out of your past. Like I heard already that Urban Meyer was one of the ones that they're gonna try to get down there, and it's like,
No,
oh no, not him again.
no, I doubt that. After what happened at Jacksonville, I don't think Urban Meyer's ever going to coach again.
Yeah, let's hope.
I've been hearing now that it's Dan Lanning, the head coach at Oregon.
Yeah, I heard that, and I also heard maybe like Lane Kiffin or oh, even the coach of Georgia, possibly.
Kirby.
Yeah. So they're throwing the big names out already.
They could get him. They could get him still.
And even Dabo, they were talking about Dabo maybe.
He's an Alabama guy.
Yeah, so it's going to be fun to see. But how do you replace a legend? Oh,
You don't, but they
Yeah.
said that about Bear too.
oh, that's true. No.
You know, there's it's hard to do, but it has been done. But either way, they're coming into a situation, a skull loaded with NIL money, a skull loaded with 5-star recruits. It is the program in college football. It's won more national championships than anybody. It's a peach job.
Now, do you think if this would have happened maybe like 5 years ago, it would be harder to replace Saban now? But now that you have the NIL and you have the transfer portal, they may not be affected as much. They might still be one of the class programs.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that Saban was great at, you can't do it alone, was assistants. He was great at getting assistants. Look who he had, Lane Kiffin. Look what Kiffin did at Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Sarkisian. Look what he's done at Texas. Kirby Smart. Look what Kirby's done at Georgia. He had great coaching around him. I mean, if you got whoever gets the job, it'll be a plum job even for assistants, because you know, if you're an offensive or defensive coordinator at Alabama, you're in line for a head coaching job eventually.
Right, like a stepping stone there.
But yeah, I honestly think the NIL does make it easier. There's so much money going around, and as long as you can it isn't even, you don't even have to be a good recruiter anymore.
Right.
You just have to have enough money to get somebody there.
Mm-hmm. And be at the right place at the right time.
Right. So they'll like, okay, yes, Nick's gone, but we're still Alabama. We're still good.
Mhm.
Come here and we'll give you this. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, Oregon is praying to God Dan Lanning doesn't go.
Yeah, their program's turned around. Haven't pretty much. They didn't seem to miss their old coach Kelly at all.
No, they didn't miss Bellotti when Kelly replaced him, and they didn't miss Kelly when he got replaced. They just, you know why? It's that Nike money.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Knight was an Oregon grad. I mean, they've got NIL money out the yin yang, thanks to him, and they're going to be they're going to be one of the favorites in the Big Ten.
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna. Yeah, they're
with Ohio State.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you, if you're a Penn State fan, it's going to be a tough year next year with those jumping in like that. You're used to being one of the top three, and you got to make some room. I mean, I'm a Penn State fan, but I'm also a realist too, and they better do some good recruiting here and get some good assistant coaches.
Get some NIL money.
Yeah.
Well, they got Julian Fleming from Ohio State.
I saw that. That's
the wide receiver. hopefully he'll be better for them than Dante Cephas was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's so big. It's so big. And then yesterday I was shocked that even though they had a losing record this year, that Mike Vrabel was let go of the Tennessee Titans.
Mm. Yeah, he's the Steelers MVP this year.
Yeah, yeah. But he's won division titles there at Titans. He went to the
Mhm.
playoffs 3 or 4 of his 6 years. The players love him. And now
Mhm.
New England fans want him to be the Patriots coach
Yeah.
since he was a Patriot.
Mhm. Oh yeah. And this doesn't seem what they're doing with Belichick yet. I don't know if they've made a decision and they're just giving it some time to give
Yeah,
him his day and his time, or if there's if he's
I
coming back.
I honestly think he's going to stay.
Mm.
I think they just don't want him to be general manager anymore.
Yeah.
He'll have to give that up. They want to get a. He's a great coach, but he's he's been missing on his draft picks and everything. I mean, the big one was. Why am I forgetting his name? Mac Jones,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yes.
quarterback.
Yes.
And you know how it is in the NFL. If you miss on a quarterback,
Hmm.
you're done. You're done.
Yeah, he's the one
For,
got worse as his career's gone.
yeah, yeah, that offense for the Patriots. The defense was still good, but the offense was downright lame.
And Belichick was the former defensive coordinator, right?
Yes,
That's what I thought.
a great one.
Mhm.
He won 2 Super Bowls with Parcells at the
Mhm.
Giants. You know, Lawrence Taylor,
Yeah.
those boys,
Hmm.
Carl Banks. But yeah, so prime jobs here opening up,
Oh
pro
yeah.
and college. Uh, Now the Commanders have a job open.
Hmm.
I can't remember the other teams.
Seattle.
Now
Uh,
Seattle, yeah.
yeah. Tennessee. Uh, Panthers.
Atlanta,
Carolina Panthers. Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Um, and oh yeah, Seattle. And that's all that I can remember right now.
I hope
Uh,
Seattle picks a bad coach. They're in our division, so
Speaking of, congratulations on
yes,
your team's
yes.
recent. I don't want to say vaulting. Getting on a hot streak here and really coming together at the right time.
7 of 8 they won.
Mm.
7 of their last 8 went 10-7. I saved this. They had them. You know those stupid power rankings they do.
Uh huh.
They were ranked 31st at the beginning of the year.
Wow.
The only team that was supposed to be worse than them, according to the experts, was the Arizona Cardinals. We finished 10-7. That shows you the kind of coach that McVay is.
Hmm.
It also shows you the kind of quarterback when he's healthy that Matthew Stafford is.
Right.
And then it's just how we drafted. Had the best, no doubt, no question about it, the best draft last year. And we didn't even have a first round pick.
That's what I was gonna say. You pretty much got rid of a lot of your first round picks with the with the Ramsey. Is it Ramsey
Yeah,
trade?
getting Stafford and Ramsey.
Hmm.
Our last first round pick was 2016.
Hmm.
We get one this year, but okay, here. This Les Snead and McVay are amazing at lower rounds. Okay, here you go. Last year, Kyron Williams, 5th round. This year, 2nd in the league in rushing. This draft, Second round, Steve Avila, going to make the all-rookie team at guard. That's a high pick. He was expected. Then, here you go. Third round, Kobe Turner and Byron Young. They are number 1 and number 2 in sacks by rookies.
Wow.
In the league, Turner tied Aaron Donald's rookie record for sacks.
Jeez.
An NFL record. They were third rounders. And then the biggie, 5th round pick, Puka Nacua. The all-time rookie record for yards and receptions in NFL history, and he was a 5th round pick.
That's unbelievable.
They killed it in the draft this year. And the thing that I like about it is they gave up the veterans, which is why the experts said they were going to stink. They are in the playoffs, 10-7, have the second youngest team in the NFL.
And they're playing a team that are within their realm of beating with the Lions. The Lions is also a good team, but they're either on or they suck. You know, there's no in between with the Lions.
Yeah, you gotta love the storyline with Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford. Former Ram and former Lion now meeting each other. That's going to be great. That's a hell of a storyline. But
oh yeah,
to show you the kind of coach he is, McVay. Carson Wentz looked like a Pro Bowler.
He did.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind keeping him around next year as a backup. He's probably going to hope that he could be a starter somewhere, but I wouldn't mind him being Stafford's backup.
Well, look what McVay did with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
That little time. I mean, look what he's doing now. He's led the Buccaneers to a playoff, you know, so.
Yeah.
You know, there's something to be said. There has to be with that little bit of time in it because he really stunk up the joint when he was with Carolina.
Against an Eagles team that looks like shit right now. They have lost 5 of their last 6, and the New York Giants blew them off the field.
They did. It was sad to watch.
I kind of laughed. Rams going to beat everybody. Hell with San Francisco. Hell with Dallas. Now, we don't have the defense yet. I admit that. We do not. We are good enough now already to be a playoff team, but we need a corner and we need another pass rusher. And then we got a chance. But right now, our defense and our special teams, our kicking game is just terrible. We missed 11 field goals and 5 extra points this year. 2 different kickers. It's bad. But speaking of crazy, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, who would have thought, huh?
Mason Rudolph.
He has really turned his game around. I definitely was down on him, and I really was not hoping he would be brought to the starting group. But he's looking like a grizzled veteran that's been out there for the last couple of years. He looks good.
You're damn right. He's leading Santa's sleigh right now. And here's the thing it sets up. What about Kenny Pickett next year? Who do you go with?
Boy, I don't know.
They are 3-0 since Rudolph took over. They look like they were dead in the water, and he got them into the playoffs.
Yeah.
The only bad thing is they're going to Buffalo, and they don't have T.J. Watt.
Yeah, that's going to hurt them.
But really, I personally believe Kenny Pickett. I thought it was he's not the answer. I thought that last year when they drafted him. What do you think? of Kenny
Yeah,
Pickett.
I liked him at first, but he didn't progress like you thought that he would in his second year. Um, yeah, he just didn't seem. I was kind of hoping, because he practiced and stuff and played his games at Pitt in the same stadium, so he'd be familiar with the stadium and everything. But he's shown some flashes, but it's kind of like a Justin Fields kind of a deal where
Yep.
he's shown enough to earn a starting position, but not enough to be an elite quarterback.
Now, I do not think he's an elite quarterback,
No.
and I don't think he'll be an elite quarterback.
Mm,
It's an interesting thing for
yeah. But the
next year
running
for
the running game for the Steelers have been awesome.
Najee
Um,
Harris woke up.
Najee Harris, he woke up, and well, since they fired Matt Canada, that's when things also started to turn around for
Well,
them too.
well,
You know,
he may have been the worst offensive coordinator ever.
you makes you wonder where you find these guys.
Yeah. So before we get to the talking about wrapping up 23,
Mhm.
did you watch the national championship game?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Did you see how Michigan just beat the crap out of Michael Penix?
Oh yeah, made him
He
look
was
like a rookie.
he was bent over, holding his ribs.
Mhm.
I mean, getting hit almost every drop back. It was just a matter of they were too physical.
Mm. And it started they kept it close there until like the mid third quarter, early fourth, and you could just see they were wore down. They were wore out.
But I don't know why they went back to what they were doing. I don't know why Michigan went away from what they were doing in the first quarter, pounding the
Mhm.
rock, just run Edwards and Corum, just muscling them out. And then they
Mhm.
kind of went away from that. And then they kind of got, they were given motion and different looks. Then
Mhm.
they kind of went to the same kind of running play, and Washington just put 8 guys in the box. And Michigan didn't adjust until later in the game.
Mhm.
Or it could
Yeah,
have been even uglier.
yeah, it could have. And I didn't understand why Washington went to a quick pass kind of a style offense. Theirs is um, long
He
passes. And I didn't see any of that. I think their longest was a 16-yarder, and that was um, on a screen actually.
Yeah, yeah, they went away from their long game.
Mhm.
That's what Penix likes to do, the big play. And
Mhm.
it didn't happen. Credit Michigan's defense because
Oh yeah.
he didn't have much time to throw.
No. But yeah, I was happy to see Michigan finally get another one. If Penn State can't do it, let a Big Ten team do it. But yeah, that was quite a
I
game. It was a good game up until the later part of the third. I mean, it was close.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but yeah, Michigan wasn't going to be denied this year after that loss to TCU last year.
Do you think Harbaugh's leaving?
Yeah, I think he's heading to. Oh, that was another one, Los Angeles Chargers. I
That's
think
right.
I think he
That's
might
where
end up there.
Yeah, that's where he's being rumored to go, the
Mhm.
Chargers. And I think he's going to. He's got nothing else to prove in college now.
No, no.
You win it, you don't got nothing to prove because
Mm-hmm.
you've won it.
Mm-hmm.
But I give him credit for you got it, whether you like him or not. He wins.
Mm-hmm.
Look, he turned San Jose State around. That was his first coaching job. Then Stanford turned them into a
Mm-hmm.
power. Then he took the 49ers to the Super Bowl.
In just 2 years, wasn't it?
Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
then Michigan, he's got them back to being a power again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for those who say, "Oh, it's tainted," and this and that, no, no, it's not
No.
tainted because the teams apparently, supposedly, they were spying on. Look at the scores they were beating them by. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
he served his time. They beat good teams like Penn State, Ohio State, and then Alabama was the kicker. When you beat an Alabama team, no matter you know what time of the year, that's saying something.
Yeah.
So you got to give your hats off to Michigan for this win, and hopefully it's just forgotten about and let go, and people that have the bad feelings just get over it.
It's like I said, everybody steals signs. It's
Mhm.
just they happen to get caught.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So let's move on.
okay.
Uh, we got before we run the review now, let's talk about what's coming up. What do you got coming up?
Well, hopefully here, I've got wrestling tomorrow. Bald Eagle against Penns Valley should be a real good one.
Yeah, that
Uh,
will be.
I have that on Thursday. On Friday, I have Belfont girls basketball for Lock Haven. And Saturday, I've got a couple things brewing in the morning. That's the Husky Duels, I believe, in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Husky Duels. And then later in the evening, our buddy Matt Silks and HWF will be back in action with their new one.
Oh,
So
interesting.
yeah,
You
so
got a
just
busy Saturday.
yeah, got all the rest I could while I was down and out. So I'm ready to go. Hopefully, like I said, Mother Nature doesn't throw any snow or freezing rain on us. So I can get to these things. But yeah, that's the tentative schedule. How about you?
I've got, well, with this great voice of mine right now, I got wrestling tomorrow night on Big Louie. If you're a local Mifflin County area, I got wrestling Mifflin County and Cumberland Valley in a nice mid-pen Commonwealth match.
Mm.
And then Saturday, I got the Husky Dolls on the radio.
Awesome.
So I'll see you there.
Oh yeah, cool. Can hang out.
You have to come sit with me. Tish,
Definitely.
Tish gets me a table
Ooh, nice.
since I can't get up into the stands with a wheelchair. Yeah, it should be good. The Husky
Yeah.
Dolls, the Husky Quad. I'm sorry, it was
Oh,
the Husky
sorry.
Dolls. Now it's the Husky Quad because there's only going to be 4 teams there.
Wow.
Biglerville, Manheim Central, and Somerset is going to
Mm,
be there. And wait till you see the Rowan Holmes from Somerset.
pretty good, huh?
Oh my, yes. He's 215-pounder. And he was 4th in the state last year as a sophomore. Made it to states as a freshman. But he's just a really, Somerset hasn't had a kid like this in a long time.
Mm,
On the year right now, he's 18-0 with 16 pins.
wow.
Yeah. He's a stud.
Mm,
Wait till you see him.
mm,
Otherwise, though, Mifflin County should beat them.
mm.
All 3 teams, they should. Cumberland Valley will be a close matchup tomorrow
I was
night.
going to say that should be close tomorrow.
Yep, it's going to be a good one. We'll find out, too, if, Peyton Kearns has been out the whole year. So has pretty much Blake Allmiller. We'll see if any of those 2 can get back into the lineup. That would help us out.
That's going to be real interesting to see Kearns and once he gets back with his finish last year.
Yeah.
In the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great postseason.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you saw him come get down to the weight and wrestle. You weren't thinking he's going to go to states, and lo and behold, he did. So it'll be a fun matchup. Should be, but the Mid-Penn Commonwealth, there's a new beast in town.
Who's that?
New Gettysburg.
Really?
They are in first place in the Commonwealth. They have beaten Mifflin County, State College, and Central Dauphin.
Oh, wow.
They're the best team in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth. You usually would say, oh, it's either going to be Mifflin County, Cumberland Valley, or Central Dauphin.
Mhm.
Not anymore.
Mhm.
It's Gettysburg. They're good. All right, so where do you want to start running down the last year?
Do you
Let-
want to
Okay.
start with the football, or did you want to start with like the spring season and go all the way to the end of the year?
Let's start winter because even though it starts the
Okay.
year before, it goes into 23.
Okay.
And this is just a rundown of uh, our area is sport, not everything.
Hmm.
We're not that good to keep records.
Hmm.
And you can give comments because I know you covered about everything.
Okay.
In basketball, we had the Mifflin County girls. They made it to the District 6 finals,
Hmm.
but lost to Altoona. And the State College boys were District 6 champions.
Yeah. Both on both teams, there are generational players, and for Mifflin County, it would have to be Marissa Gingrich. I
Yes.
mean, she just was. It's like you said last year. There are people that you remember, and every so often, you see this one generational player, and Krista back in the 1990s, her aunt was one of them, and now Marissa. So definitely a talented family and a great kid overall. So um, for State College, Braden Shrewsbury, his father was the coach of Penn State there last year. He put on quite a show and helped them to a 25-3 overall record, and they finished the year with a PIAA state postseason loss to Springford. So those are two players that you'll remember way after they're gone and you even graduated college. So
Yeah, because, I mean, Marissa, everybody knows that around here.
mhm.
She's the all time leading scorer, 3-point shot, 3-point shooter, assists, and second in rebounds behind Baudorf. Haley,
Mhm.
Haley Baudorf. Wait, is it Haley?
Brianna, was it Brianna?
Brianna. Jeez, I'm getting sorry. My brain's fried.
Oh no.
Haley Baudorf. I mean, Brianna Baudorf. Jeez.
Mm.
Is it Haley's her sister or something?
I think that's
All
she's a
right.
freshman or
Yeah,
sophomore.
something like
Yeah,
sophomore.
it gets confusing. If I wouldn't have, I had to go back and look for sure. So, um, but yeah, there was some good players on that Mifflin County team. Just like Marissa, you had J.C. Cunningham coming off the bench, Malin Gingrich coming off the bench, and Brianna, the sharpshooter. And, I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but if I am, it's nothing personal. Like getting old, it really sucks.
Yeah, well, they
uh,
had Asia Binder was a good rebounder
mhm.
on that team, and was Maya Allmiller still on there or no?
Boy, I
She might have
drawing
been
a blank.
gone. She might have been gone, but so it was okay basketball. I don't. I didn't see. Juniata District 6. They didn't get. They didn't win. I mean, they made the
Mm-mm.
playoffs, but didn't go farther. I don't believe.
Yeah. No, I think they were both one and done. I believe
Yeah,
Juniata's first game they lost the first playoff game. I think both of them did. I think they lost um, both boys and girls.
okay, let's switch to wrestling.
All right.
Excuse me. Midland County. 4 kids went to states. Hunter Johnson, Parker Kearns, Avery Yarn, Peyton Kearns. Hunter, amazing senior year. finished third in the state. Third in
Mm.
the state, which was great to see, Kenny, because
Mhm.
you know about Hunter.
Yeah.
Injured his freshman year at districts, injured his sophomore year at districts. He finally had 2 healthy seasons and showed how good he can be. Went to states as a junior, but didn't place. And then last year took third. And that got him recruited by Edinboro. That's where he's
Nice.
at now, Division One Edinboro. He's
Mhm.
redshirting. But, in Parker, Avery, and Peyton Kearns, they're all back. And
Mhm.
but they made it to states. Was another solid season for Mifflin County.
And they're looking to repeat very successful season for the whole team this year.
Yeah, got some freshmen in there, some veterans, a nice mix.
Mhm.
Uh, they're doing okay. Then we had State College also in AAA.
Mhm.
They had their hammers, the hammers. Pearson Manville was second, lost a tough one to Colin Raff of Bethlehem Catholic. Manville was a returning state champion, but finished second at 139. Nick Pavlechko was second at heavyweight. Asher Cunningham was fourth at 145. Hayden Cunningham was fifth at 127. And Carter Weaverly made it to states at 172, but didn't place. And again, those hammers, I mean, Hayden's gone, but Pearson Manville's back, Asher Cunningham's back, and Nick Pavlechko's back.
Mhm.
How good are they? Manville's the number one ranked 145 pounder in the country. He's going to Arizona State. Pavlechko is going to Indiana, and Asher Cunningham, just a junior, is committed to Penn State.
Wow.
So State College they got roughed up a little bit in Dole meets because they didn't have a balanced team. But as far as the tournament went, the postseason, they were tough, and it's going to be the same this year. Did you cover them at all?
I think I did against Mifflin County, but can't remember how they did. I think they beat Mifflin County last year, correct?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
All right, then we go, and if you're Mifflin County and you pronounce it Eagles, the Bald Eagle area Eagles had Lucas Fye take fifth at 121, Cohen Bainey fourth at 127, Caleb Close seventh at 172, and Fye and Close are back. Bald Eagle area, solid team. It's their tradition.
Oh, yeah.
It's tradition up there.
Mhm.
It's Bald Eagle area. It's not like it was in the 80s where it was big time, but it's still big. It's still tradition. Even though they're really good at other sports, Bald Eagle area wrestling is still one of the top District 6 teams in AA. And I think, they made it to the semifinals in District 6 tournament, right? In the Doles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Penns Valley. Ty Watson, 152, was sixth, his third time placing at states. Colton Shunk at 133 and Colin Brungart at 215 also qualified. Did not place. Shunk and Watson are back. The Rams made it all the way to the District 6 AA Doles finals, but came up short against United. But, they have Jack Darlington back. This is a team that Penns Valley, small school, but they always have a good wrestling team. How about it?
Mm-hmm.
Bellefonte, unfortunately, down year last year. Only had one kid make it to states. That was Gage Long at 145. He did not place. Mike Maney in a rebuild here with the Red Raiders. They have a couple good young ones, Ezra Swisher, Noah Weaver. So they're coming back slowly but surely. Next year they're going to be back up to AAA.
making that jump back up.
Yep. Phillipsburg, the Mounties had Caleb Hummel last year in 107. He made it to states, didn't place. He's back.
Hmm.
They got some other good kids in Marcus Gable, his younger brother Avery Gable. So Phillipsburg's another one trying to work its way back from where it used to be. And then Juniata, unfortunately, Taylor Smith made it to states at 139, didn't place. But his brother, unfortunately, who made it to states the year before, got injured
Mm-hmm.
and did not make it into the postseason, which stank for the Smith boys. But Juniata is another one. Adam Barrick and Jared Dressler, when they started, they only had 7 kids on their first team come out. Now they got almost a full squad and they're winning. They won the Newport tournament. They're really doing a heck of a job with the Indians.
Oh, most definitely. Definitely that program is back alive and kicking, and that's a very traditional powerhouse back when Coach Hart had it. And hopefully it can get to that point again.
You bet. Now we'll go to spring.
Okay.
This was the best for the
Yes.
area.
Yes.
It was a spring unlike any other spring. Okay, let's just go down. And the boys, baseball, Bald Eagle area, AA state champions. You could talk about them all as soon as I'm done. Mount Union met them in the finals, AA runner up. Phillipsburg, 2A made the playoffs. And Bellefonte, 4A state champions.
Yeah, it's everybody could see that something special was happening at Bellefonte. They had leadoff hitter Trevor Johnson led the way for the Red Raiders. They had a good combination of pitching, a very veteran squad. Um, it was, I believe, their second state championship
Yes.
in their
Yes.
history, and that was quite a win. I believe that they beat their competitor that they were playing in the state finals pretty badly, if I can remember.
Yeah, wasn't that Dallas? I think it was Dallas.
Town? Yeah. Yeah, Dallas, yep.
Yep.
And Bald Eagle, I can just say this. Whenever you can beat a Mount Union team
Yeah.
3 times in 1 year, not only do you deserve the state championship, more than likely you're going to get it. So, yeah, they had it all together. They have some studs on that team. One was Cahill Burns, who will be going to college next year. I believe it's Shippensburg. I I'm not sure offhand, but yeah, they had a great season as well. So
Yeah. Mount Union, if I'm not mistaken, only had 3 losses, and all of them were the Bald Eagle area.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, can't take away anything from Mount Union because um, they got there. They had a great season as well, but those 3 losses will be remembered by the
Yeah.
Eagles for quite some time.
You better believe it. Softball was even better, if you can
Mm,
believe it.
hmm
Bald Eagle area was the AA runner up. Penns Valley made it into the playoffs. Bellefonte made it into the playoffs, PIAA playoffs. Mifflin County made it into the PIAA playoffs. They lost in the first round, though. And then Juniata, the Indians, all the way to the AAA finals. For the first time ever, they finished as the runner up. A great time for baseball and softball. Talk about
Yeah.
softball a little bit.
Oh, definitely the magical season for Juniata after I believe they hadn't won a playoff game
Right.
before the season started, and it seemed like this team was destined for some uh, destined for something special. I'm drawing a blank now. Um, their pitcher. Oh my gosh. Oh, Gazier, right?
Liz
Liz
Gager.
Gazier. Yes, I'm so sorry. Gosh, I'll tell you what. I'm I'm losing it here. She was just spectacular. I mean, she kept her team in every game. And then after a loss, she seemed to be an even tougher competitor, and helped keep that magical run going all the way up until we got to the state championship game. So
Wasn't that
um,
score 2-1?
yes, yep, and it was uh, a line drive, I believe. That was off a little bit, an inch or two. It could have been Juniata holding the crown.
Yeah.
So but I believe that they'll be back, uh, and probably be tougher than ever because they'll have a little chip on their shoulder. They know what the postseason's like. They got a feel of what the championship game's like. Uh, just the
And they
whole
got
mental state.
and they got her.
Yes, and they got her. She's uh, Bald Eagle. That's seeing them in the championship game is almost like seeing Phillipsburg in it. They are they're a legendary team, and they were able to run the gambit this year. Not surprising that they made it to the championship game. Um, Belfont was kind of an odd team this year. Why I say that is they had a new coach at the beginning of the season, and she was there, and then she was gone. Uh, she had one of her assistant coaches take over, and the kids played well for the assistant coach, and was able to muscle their way into the playoffs. So it was quite a weird season for the Red Raiders, and hopefully they have a new coach this year, and she's a former player. And just like I said with Liz, I can't remember her name right now.
That's all right.
Oh, gosh, it was on the tip of my tongue here. Um, but anyway, let's go to Mifflin County, and I'll come back to that if I can remember her name. Um, Quite the year, Maddie Wolfgang for Mifflin County pitching. Um, what a great year! Um, they captured another District 6 championship where I think that they came in and having to battle State College for the title, and you never know what you're going to get when the two go up against each other. And Dakota Hirschberger provided a lot of power for the team, and but up and down the lineup there were a lot of good hitters. So it wasn't a surprise that they beat State College. Hopefully, next year they can get a little further. So, Deviney, Rachel Deviney is the coach for Belfont. She played on the team that won the state championship here a couple years back. So, kind of
Nice.
all over the place, but
It's all right. We have now to finish up spring. Got to include everybody. The boys tennis, Zane Weitzel of Juniata was the District 6 champion for the Indians. Not surprising, they become a power in tennis.
Oh, most definitely. And I believe Zane was last year a doubles champion.
Yeah.
And then he came in second to his teammate uh that the same year that they won doubles. So yeah, Zane was took the leadership role, and definitely dominated throughout the season.
All right, track. There's a lot of track kids that I only took the ones that finished in the
Mhm.
top 8 at Hershey, at States, at
Mhm.
Shippensburg. And you got to start with Logan Strasser, second
Mhm.
in the 1600, second in the 3200. And then his teammate at EJ, Joseph Book, was 8th in the 300 hurdles.
And that was his first year, I believe, competing, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
but Logan's just an excellent. I mean,
Oh.
they keep getting
Mhm.
excellent runners, excellent runners.
Yeah, Coach Miller has really brought that program. Um, the Yeah, Coach Miller. No, I'm sorry, I was thinking cross country. Same
Yeah,
kid.
but he coaches. You're right though. He
Mm.
coaches the distance runners,
Okay.
even the EJ ones. Strasser, who runs cross country for Juniata, because EJ doesn't have a team. They have a
Mm.
co-op. You
Mm.
know,
Mhm.
just one after the other. Great stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then State College had Jesse Myers won a gold medal in the 200. He was second in the 400. Uh, Nick Sloth was 6th in the 1600, and Nathan Haas of State College was 7th in the
Mm.
discus.
That's quite the dynasty up there at State College, I got to say. Uh, they're filled with depth, and they got some great coaches.
Yeah, and it's, you know, every year around here, what we got is the distance runners,
Hmm.
and it shows every year. All right, let's go to the fall. What do you say?
Hey, sounds good.
Football has a good year in football.
Oh
Bald
yeah.
Eagle area, District 6 champs, made it all the way into the semifinals before losing to Southern Columbia in a closer game than people thought.
Hmm.
Juniata District 6 champs made it into the 4A playoffs quarterfinals. State College District 6 champions, a little down this year, lost in the opening round to Erie McDowell. And then Penns Valley and Mifflin County both made the District 6 playoffs, but didn't make state
Hmm.
playoffs. Go ahead, give me your
Oh, definitely.
assessment of football.
Okay. Well, Coach Nagel's team always seems to not rebuild but reload. And this year, everything was lined up perfectly to have such a great season. Carson, his son, oh man, talk about a standout. Great quarterback, uh, very level-headed, keeps his composure. Um, just just a heck of a defense. I think their defense
Yes.
was just as potent as their offense this year, which was great. And then their um, special teams was no slouch either. It all came together real well. And when you're playing Southern Columbia, you know what they've won how many in the last 20 years?
Well, they won it again. It's their 14th in 21 years.
Yeah, so to play them as close as they did, uh, your hats off to them, and then who knows what's going to happen next year. You know, it's
Yeah,
kind of
they still have
anxious to see.
they lost Burns and Watkins in that and that formidable defensive line, but they
Mm.
still have Carson Nagel. I mean, they
Yeah.
still have him, and he's already their all-time leading passer in every category.
Mhm.
And then Juniata again. That's the third year in a row, I believe, they've
Mhm.
won the 4A district championship.
Yeah, they're starting to put their stamp on that. That's going to be called the the Juniata D6 winner.
Yeah, because I think
Oh, go
there's
ahead.
only 3 teams, right?
Yeah, well, I think now I believe Central Mountain drops
Yeah,
down.
there will be
So
Central Mountain now.
yeah, but still, I believe that Juniata is the team to beat. Every year that you know, with their
Yeah.
coach, and Coach Kondo has a great program, and that's one of those examples we were talking about earlier. Like, what do you do when you replace a legend? Well, Coach Kondo replaced Gary Klingensmith and has done a
Yeah.
great job.
Yes.
So, uh, and there's they had a very young team this year, and I believe that if they have Jasper Sheps back,
Sheps is really good.
and they got I believe Ehrenheiser or
Aaron
Ehrenheiser,
Zeller.
Aaron Zeller. Jeez, I'm really
Yeah.
ripping up today.
In State College, not a typical year.
No.
Dante Sheffy was hurt. They had inconsistent problems
Hmm.
on offense and defense. Mifflin County back-to-back playoffs,
Hmm.
something new for them.
Yep, and
Uh,
they will move up, or they move down a
5A.
5A.
And have to mention Deacon Schaefer leaves as the all-time leading rusher and touchdown scorer for Mifflin County in their history. So good year in football. Let's go to not much happened in girls soccer. Boys soccer, East Juniata, traditional power, made the 1A state playoffs. State college boys made the 6A state playoffs.
Mhm.
But it wasn't like usually we have a team, East Juniata or something, state college, will go a little bit far in the playoffs.
Mhm.
Both of those teams lost in the first round.
Yeah, it was a quick out for all the soccer teams this year, but yeah, East Juniata and State College still were some good solid teams this year, and I believe East Juniata had a younger team, so we'll see how they do next year.
Right. Golf. Max Wager State College was fifth in AAA. Maddie Koshko of St. Joseph's Catholic was sixth in AA girls. And the State College boys finished fourth in the state in golf in the AAA.
Mm.
Cross country. All right. You know we're going to talk about Juniata and State College.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
We'll start with AAA. State College girls, Chloe Poindexter was ninth in the state. Devin Jackson, State College, was 13th in the state. Chloe was also the District 6 champion, and the State College girls finished seventh in the state. The
Mm.
boys, Isaac Opperman was 24th. That's a medal. Top 25 in cross country get a medal. And the State College boys overall finished third. You want to talk about them at all?
Uh, Actually,
They do it every year.
yeah, these are like Sylvia Brubaker. I believe Coach Miller said that last year he gave us a heads up that she'd be coming out,
Yes,
and she's probably one of the better ones that he's seen on the girl side.
uh, yes, I'm going to get to that. On Juniata, double A,
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, it's okay. And double A, Wyatt Straub of Juniata was a medalist. He finished at 25th. And Sylvia Brubaker on the girls' side was a medalist, 25th. And yes, like you were saying, he told us she could probably be the best girls cross country runner in the school history. And she went and proved it. She won the District 6 championship and became a freshman state medalist. And Straub won the District 6 boys double A title and then became a medalist in down in Hershey. And the scary thing is, uh, Kenny, the boys have their runners back.
Mm.
They're going to be even better.
Wow, and they still ended up winning the TVL.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, and District 6 wasn't? Did they win the
Yeah,
District 6?
yeah.
So yeah,
And
that's
they
going to
were
be
eighth. They were eighth, the boys in the state.
nice. We did have one Mifflin County. He was kind of like a came out of the blue, but Reese
Reese
Cubison.
Hubbardston, yes.
Yeah, he came out and finished his season at Hershey as well. So uh, usually when they hit that switch and they make that trip to Hershey, it's just the beginning of some promising things coming up.
Yeah, and he's coming back. He was a junior, I think, right?
Yeah.
So, Brubaker, yeah, she was really impressive. I can't wait to see older, more mature how she runs next year.
Hmm.
Well, this year, this coming season.
Yeah.
I saved the last for girls volleyball
Oh yeah.
because it was a fun year for girls volleyball. Going to
Hmm.
start out, Mifflin County made the District 6 playoffs for the first time ever. Unfortunately, Jen Slepica, who had this turnaround, is not the coach anymore.
Oh really?
Yeah, she left.
Uh
Yes, went back home. I know.
mm,
Stinks.
mm,
Uh, they one that made the playoffs for the first time. They lost to State College, who was the District 6 champions again.
hmm.
And then Bald Eagle Area won the District 6 AAA championship and made the PIAA playoffs. And I saved the best for last. The Phillipsburg Osceola Mounties, 26-0, AA state champions.
Well, I'll start by saying with the Mounties, um, Reese Hazelton. They're do everything superstar or the phenom. Um, she did everything for him this year. She had a good supporting cast. It was a great team effort for this, but she was named the Gatorade Volleyball Player of the Year. Um, so congratulations to her on that.
Wow, that's nice.
And she is going to continue her college education at Indiana. She's now going to be a Hoosier.
Wow,
So
nice.
quite the season for the Mounties overall, and it's also their only second team to ever get a state championship. The other one, of course, is the PO girls softball, which I think won it a couple times.
Yeah,
Um, the basket or yeah, the volleyball at Mifflin County, yeah, like you said, it was a fun atmosphere this year. Going out and watching a team that in the past played everybody close, but couldn't put it all together. Seemingly, we're so close. This year, they actually put it all together under Coach Lepica and made quite the run, and it was exciting. State College, they didn't have quite the year regular season that they normally have. Um, but they were able to get into the playoffs, and I believe Mifflin County even hosted them. I
yes.
believe so. So, um, it was kind of fun. Bald Eagle, uh, they actually had a second year coach. They their legendary coach Larry Campbell left 2 years ago. But after a kind of a subpar year for them, they came back this year and was able to put it all together and doing an impressive run uh, and winning the District 6 championship.
Nice. Yes. It was a good year. It was a
It
good year
was.
for sports in the area.
And something that we talked about too back, oh my gosh. I think we had Coach Quisi on, and
Yeah.
it was right about the softball season is how, when you have success, it bleeds into other sports. And if this doesn't show you, you know, that's a definite true statement, nothing will, because up and down the list. We just did a whole hour show of stuff that happened last year for these kids. So, hats off to all the high schools and their athletic programs, and the kids in each one of the sports.
Absolutely. Great job from all of them. And this year, we got some exciting stuff going on uh, in the wrestling scene right now, starting off this new year of 2024. It's going to be exciting. It's going to
It
be an
is.
exciting year, Kenny.
It is. It is.
Anything else you would like to add, sir?
I'd just like to say
Oh, shout outs.
the shout. Oh, yes, shout out.
Hold on. I almost forgot. Cannot have this. We got to have the shout outs. It's time for another segment of Kenny's shout outs.
All right.
Feeding the ducks.
First one up is Ty Watson. I know he recently just hit the 100-win club, but he also set the Penns Valley all-time pins record. The previous record was set by Curtis Decker, and Ty finished with his 71st pin in the first round of the Laurel Highlands Championship. And Watson, of course, is going to the Nittany Lions as well.
Yes.
So, shout out to him for that great feat.
Just a good athlete.
Mm-hmm. And I'm very short with the shout outs today. The last one is a shout out to former colleague at the Lewistown Sentinel, Joey Galino, as he became a dad yesterday. And him and his wife gave birth to a baby boy named Callan. So congratulations to Joey and family.
Congratulations. I actually don't know him.
Yeah, he was there shortly after you had left.
Yeah.
He was from Penn State, college kid. Brought him in, I think around 99. No, 2003.
I left. Yeah, I left in September of 2003.
Okay, so it would have been like 2004 or 2005, I believe. Wow, time flies.
Doesn't it?
Whew.
Oh, old. Well, that's good.
And that is my shout outs for today.
Awesome. Okay. Any final thoughts, my friend?
Just happy New Year's, everybody. Hopefully 2024 will be a memorable one for you. All good things. And just get out and watch your favorite local athlete.
Absolutely. Get out there and watch them and support them. It's going to be a fun time for the rest of the year. It's still young. January, everything's still fresh and new.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the postseason for wrestling and stuff like that. And looking forward to looking forward to football, NFL playoffs, that good stuff. So, all right, that's going to do it. Going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you for listening. For Kenny Varner, I'm Brian Carson. Thanks a lot. Have a great rest of your week and an even better weekend. Take care. Good night.
Good night, everybody.